when I sat down with my coach, Nikki, and he pitched it to me, I made the decision like on the spot. What I'm doing right now is not working. I need to get to that next level. So I knew that it was aligned with my ultimate goal. You know what I mean? So it was almost like impulsive, but at the same time, it was intuition because I knew I needed to do it. The program's already paid for itself and then some. It's like I can't recommend it enough. So that's why I'm like, I should have gone with a coach years ago. Right? I should have gotten a coach like immediately. Anyway, the next concept here is overcoming doubt and uncertainty. Reframe uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and learning. It's a big concept here I talk about on the podcast, right? Looking at, almost looking at like failure as there's no such thing as failure. There's only, winning and learning. So you can look at uncertainty the same way, right? You can look at it like, oh my God, I don't know what the outcome is of this. I'm either going to grow from it, or I'm going to learn from learn what not to do. Either way, it's a growth experience, right? It's an opportunity. Either way, it'll either work out or I'm going to learn something from it. You understand? That's if you look at dating, right? A lot of guys, they have uncertainty when it comes to going out, meeting women. They're hoping for an outcome. They're hoping that they get this girl to like them or not. But if you reframe the mindset of, I'm just going to go out and have fun and I'm going to see if I like her or not, right? It's a totally different mindset because you're going to go out and have fun. Whether it works out with her or not, that's irrelevant. You're going to go out and have a good time. And, she's you're either going to like her or you don't. If you don't, well, we'll just end this right here. No problem, right? Building confidence through smaller progressive decisions to strengthen frame. That's a good way of moving about it. It's kind of like what Thor talks about in the original book, A Dominant Masculine Presence. You got to eat an elephant one bite at a time, and you got to start at the trunk, because if you start at the tail, it's going to taste like shit and you're going to give up, right? So you got to start at the trunk one bite at a time. So same thing. If you want to learn how to make big decisions quicker, you got to start with making smaller decisions quicker. If you're getting stuck on small, stupid decisions, like, oh man, I don't know if I want the apple flavored Bubblicious or the watermelon flavored Bubblicious. Oh God, I can't pick, right? If you can't just fucking pick one, you got some work to do. And then approach ambiguity with curiosity and resilience instead of fear. That's a good way of looking at it, right? Looking at uncertainty and ambiguity with curiosity, right? Like curiosity or an opportunity, like, oh man, this is going to be a fun experiment, right? Oh, this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. If you have that kind of mentality, you're not going to be so worried about all that kind of stuff. All right. Guys, get in Beer Club. I mentioned we are having an extra hangout on Wednesday. Brother John's hosting it. It's more than just monthly hangouts or sometimes twice a month hangouts. It's a very active Telegram community where guys are in there swapping notes, leveling up, holding each other accountable. We're changing lives in this place. Okay. If you don't have a good group of dudes to go to, and all you have is like, you're either alone by yourself and you're trying to be Mr. Lone Wolf, right? And you're bottling up everything. You don't have anywhere to go to, and you're feeling depressed and you have a lot of mental problems because of it. Get with the boys. Okay. That's going to help your mental health out. If the only person you in the world you have is your girl and you realize that she doesn't give a shit about your problems, and so that's just causing you to go into depression, join a good group of dudes, man. Okay. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back to the topic.
Here's a harsh truth that everybody gets upset about online when I say it. They get upset because of their ego investment into the fairy tale idea of love and partnership. They get upset because of their ego investment into the idea that their woman is their best friend, their confidant, and they think that love will conquer all, and that their woman will be there through thick and thin. The truth is that as a man, your woman is hardwired biologically and psychologically to want you to be her rock. It doesn't work the other way around. Women do not care about your struggles as a man. They may think they care. They may even want to care, but her evolutionary DNA will not let her care. If you bring her your problems, she will lose attraction for you over time, and she will leave. Now, whenever I talk about this, people lose their minds and start talking about men unaliving themselves. The faster that men learn that women don't care about our struggles, the faster we'll save the lives of men. Men off themselves because of their own ego investments in the Disney fairy tale lie. And when that fairy tale goes up in flames, they get zeroed out and they end things. Men do need a proper outlet for dealing with their problems, but going to their woman isn't the answer. Men need a tribe. They need a brotherhood. That's why I created my beer club. It's a monthly virtual hangout for men only. It's a place where men can be men. It's a place where men can talk about guy stuff without having to worry about offending women. It's a place where they can go without having to worry about being called toxically masculine. It's a place where they can go to solve their problems. Because men solve problems, women cause problems, you dig? Visit beer.comeonmanpod.com. That's beer.comeonmanpod.com to sign up.
Indeed. And then also, if you guys want some help, you guys are maybe you're married, you're in a dead bedroom situation, you need help out of that. You've tried everything and nothing's worked. Well, let me tell you, you haven't tried everything. Let me share this video that I made yesterday in response to someone who's like, why don't you just have good open communication? Because that's the standard advice you'll get when you go to marriage counseling, right?
Yeah, I get it. Why not just have good open communication? Why not just tell her how you feel? That's the common advice you hear, right? Why not tell her how you feel? I'm going to tell you right now why that doesn't work with women. And women will tell you, why don't you tell me how you feel? But it doesn't work with women, especially in a dead bedroom situation. Even if you use I statements like traditional marriage counseling will teach you how to do, it doesn't work because it comes across like whining, like complaining. Let's say that you're in a dead bedroom situation. So you tell your wife, I feel rejected. I feel like you don't love me anymore. I feel like you don't think I'm attractive anymore. That comes across to her like whining and complaining. And nothing dries up a vagina like pity. That's why that traditional advice doesn't work. What men need to do is less talking, more action. They need to take the kind of actions that create what I like to call heat. Healthy emotional anticipation and tension. That anticipation and tension builds attraction. When guys tell me they've tried everything, it's almost always the standard blue-pilled advice that we know doesn't work. The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. If you want real results, come talk to me. Book a free call. The link's in my bio.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's the big thing, right? Like all the standard advice you get, all the marriage counseling advice you get, it's all about communication. It's all about building that comfort, love feeling. Comfort, love doesn't get your girl's pussy wet. Okay. That's why traditional marriage counseling doesn't work. They don't teach how to reinstitute that spark, how to reignite that flame, how to get her attracted to you again. Right. And that's the goal, because God bless a relationship without sex. You're just glorified roommates. Right. All right. Getting back to working on our frame, our mental frame, building confidence in decision making. So mindful decision making fosters awareness of frame and alignment with your goals. Learning from both successful and unsuccessful decisions boosts self-trust. Once you get really good at being quick with your decisions, you'll find that a vast majority of your decisions work out for the best, you know? And then you can't really get hung up on decisions that you've made that don't really work out that great, right? You got to look at it like, what did you learn from it? Right? What did I learn from that experience, you know? And then you're going to trust your decision making going forward, because you're going to know that you're either going to win or you're going to learn, you know? It's the same kind of thing. And then practical exercise like journaling and role playing enhance decision-making experience. One of the things I like to do in my coaching program is a lot of journaling and a lot of role playing. I like to sit down with my guys and go through scenarios with them and have them practice certain things. I have them write out, interactions that they have in their day-to-day life and how they handled it and how they could do better, because all that kind of stuff creates awareness. You can do the same thing with your decision-making ability, right? You could just keep an eye on decisions that you made during the day and reflect on times when you were being indecisive and that you had to like really think about stuff and I couldn't just pull the trigger and make a decision on the spot. What were you thinking about in that moment? Because the thing is, most of us aren't aware of what we're thinking about in the moment. We're not aware of how we're acting. We're just habit-based creatures, which is all a part of our paradigms, right? And so once that stuff becomes aware, once it comes to the forefront, now you can analyze it. And now you can start making active, take actions to start changing that stuff, right? Evaluating decisions and learning from outcomes.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.